Okay, let's call to order the Town of Lloyd Workshop Agenda for August 3rd, 2022. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, and Lenny Arkmoody can lead us today.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all.
Okay, so we'll start off with the reports, and I've agreed to let Mr. Alfonso go first with recreation tonight. Yeah.
Oh, it's on.
Yeah, it's going to be on for the TV.
All right, so where we're at. If you went by Tony Williams on Monday night, you would have saw youth football there with youth football and cheerleading. You would have saw two softball games going on. Basketball court was busy. Tennis court was busy. And then I took her out to Berrien Park. There were still people there swimming. There was people playing pickleball. The basketball court was full. If you go up to Berrien Park in the mornings during the week, sometimes you'll see a lot of cars there with people using the scenic Hudson trails. People are down by the river park rail trail, so the parks, they're back. I mean, with COVID the last couple of years.
Hey, somebody asked me, you brought up on mine when you talked about youth football. Somebody asked me about more lighting that they need. Did anybody ever approach us with that? Do you know?
Yeah, they're looking for lighting in the outfield area.
Okay.
For practice purposes.
On the field that doesn't have
On
light?
the baseball field.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There is some lighting that goes over, but not a lot.
Okay.
What they'll do is this month, they'll stay on the baseball field in practice, and then once school starts, they go over and use the lights
Okay.
on the other fields for September and October.
Okay.
Town field, if you noticed, the infield, we did some drainage work there. Bakers did that. The drain that was there between the school and the town was full. It was full of dirt, leaves, everything, so he cleaned that all out and put some French drains in there, so that area there should drain.
They're saying your microphone's not on.
Wait, there we go.
It's on
It's on now. Sorry about that. So that place is being used also. Berrien Park, we will be closing daily at the end of next week, but I'm going to meet with the lifeguards to see about keeping them on board for the weekends until Labor Day. I just want to make sure I have enough staff to do that. Summer fun's going very well. We have 2 days left. Tomorrow's the last day of the camp, and then Friday would be the last official day when they go to the county fair. So we had 6 successful weeks.
And good weather for it, too.
And good weather, yeah. I think we had one day where the sports camp was pretty much stuck under the pavilion. They were playing checkers and chess and Uno and Monopoly and different games like that. Tomorrow's going to be a hot one, so it'll probably be under there for part of that. I've also been approached by some community members about starting up a soccer program in the fall through the town of Lloyd. I met with them on Monday. We're looking to do something at the high school turf field Monday nights and Saturday mornings for K through 5 on Mondays and 6 through 8 on Saturdays. We're going to charge them similar to what we charge the basketball when we do on Saturdays. We'll give them a T-shirt and a basketball. And this group is looking to, I guess, rejuvenize the Highland United Soccer Club and try to get that back. And I guess this is the first step to try to do that, to where we have a lot of Highland youth playing. So that's going to hopefully start in September, go September, October. And then from there, the goal would be that when it comes to next fall, their club will be up and running again.
Good.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, because I remember when I was in high school, we had such a great soccer program. It seems like dwindled. Is there any way, what's going on with, I know we don't have what's this, the soccer field right there?
Nardones.
Nardone.
Nardones. Is there any way that town could do anything with that field?
I believe not. Nardone, from what I was told, Nardone gave that to Highland United Soccer Club. And right now, the Highland United Soccer Club from my understanding, leased that out to Quick Strike.
That's what I understood.
Right, so we really have nothing to do with that facility at all. And I think that was the agreement that Nardone made with High United Soccer
Because
Club
it
at the
never
time.
goes to the town or something like
Right.
that, yeah.
Right.
That's what I heard too.
Sad.
Well, is that in good shape over there?
It's nice. It's
It's big, right?
it's a field that really, you know, a lot of communities have great soccer fields. My daughter does competitive soccer, and you know, we go all over the place, and it's really a draw. I mean, they have competitions, and you know, some of these towns have 4 and 5 fields in one spot. Some of them being turfed. You know, we're one of the few towns. If you go south, many of them have it, and if you go to other states, it'd be nice if we had something. You know, I know Tony Lowe's something we could add on. Could we?
Oh, if you're asking me, and I'm not afraid to say it in public, I mean, I believe the Highland Little League Park, as well as Nardone, if they were under
Be
the
better.
town,
I agree.
we
I
would
agree,
keep
I
them,
agree with you on that. I do
as
agree
best
with
as
you.
possible, kind of like Tony Williams, and just
Yeah.
make them 2 more parks. But that's, you know,
So, yeah, I wish they, I mean, the sad part is I think if they were under our supervision, they'd be much better parks than they are.
That's what, I think that's what
But
Frank and I
do
talked
we
about.
have space at one of our other facilities to put in soccer fields or no?
no, I mean, right now, you have the middle school field, which is not being used to its capacity on the school property. And the high school fields really aren't being used to full capacity as far as for soccer right now,
You don't
only
need-
because there's
You don't
not a
need
lot
more
of people
fields,
playing.
You need more players.
Well, and that's like,
Right.
you know, I got, you know, we get calls, we were talking about a call we got from something that doesn't affect us, but I've been getting calls from parents, because my daughter plays, very concerned about the girls' soccer varsity not having enough players, and these kids played all the way up, now being seniors, not being able to play. And I did call this school board, and they said they're doing them work out, and right now it looks like they do have enough players.
Yeah, our goal is to have enough players to play. You know, and as far as, you know, I'm the athletic director also there, so like with the soccer program of us using the turf field, it's kind of the first time that the school district's gonna, since it's new, you know, let an outside group use it. So that shouldn't be a problem, and then hopefully it can lead to where possibly down the road that if the soccer club gets strong again and Nardone's not necessarily always an option for them, they'll have an opportunity to play at the middle school field or one of the 2 or one of the 3 fields at the high school.
Yeah, and
And the turf, as you know, turf is a possibility. That's going to be on the school board bond in October. So, you know, if that becomes a turf field, obviously the ability to use that for the public would be a lot easier than what it is right now when it's a grass field. And
Right.
not lined and needs to be mowed and watered and fertilized and everything else, so.
Okay, and by the way, I was up at Berry Ann the other day, and it looks great since they cleaned out all that.
Yeah,
housing.
that was my last thing
Oh,
was.
you had it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. The last thing was that, we had a Magliato come in and with a machine, what would you call that machine?
Weed eater.
Yeah.
Weed eater.
It came in and pretty much got rid of all the growth underneath and cleared the whole park up. And today, when I was up there, I mean, there's really nothing up top. Bakers came in and cleaned up the one side a little bit. So, you know, the two things I gotta work on would be, one, with the DEC of getting some more carp in there in the spring. That's when they would be put in, and hopefully that will help with the growth. And the other one would be to get back over to the old left side and try to really get that cleaned up. I mean, we tried a couple years ago and just kind of came back again. It just started growing and got out of control. So, you know, hopefully that'll be the case for next year. And the other goal for us for next year is swim lessons. I mean, we've talked about that here, and I've also talked about that with the staff. We just need to get a couple more lifeguards with a lot of experience in order to do that, and then hopefully that'll be the case.
Yeah, and I think that's so important. And Frank, I want to thank you for that, because so many of our kids learned how to swim at that park. My daughters did, and I know that my daughter's working at the pool at Bridgeview, and she's had to make a lot of saves from some kids. And my daughter's a swim instructor also at Vassar, and she's got parents asking her, can you not go to college and come back on the weekends and teach my kid how to swim, because it's limited, so it's so important to get that back. And I want to thank you for all that you do. On the rail trail, I know you oversee that, there was a branch, and I saw it one day, and the next day it was gone, so thanks for the
Yeah, that'd
hard
probably
work.
be, Pete getting on that.
Peter told you? Peter
No,
told you?
we're in communication, but between Pete and the highway department, they take care of a lot of that.
That was a scary branch.
I know Steve drove by and saw it, and then by the time he went back, it was already gone. So, yeah, that's definitely taken care of by them.
And what's going on with the guy at this, was the Snack Shack?
Yeah.
I mean, everything looks great up there. I mean, I've been out of town. Is there anything we need to do with him? I heard he wants to go on.
We are actually, Joe, I'll answer, we are actually gonna meet with him next week, Frank and I, on some ideas that he has and we have, and see what we can exchange. And we gotta talk to Sean also on how we would go through and contract some of that, so.
Okay.
There's some good ideas, and there's some stuff that we wanna tie in with the events committee, because they should be working together on that a bit, so. We've had, the food itself has been a plus up there, and you have a presence there. That's been very helpful.
Right.
A lot of us go up for lunch every day, so it's actually
Yeah.
kind of cool.
I hear everybody's raving about it, so.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Was chicken franchise today for lunch.
Yes.
It was outstanding.
Okay,
I live
anything else
across
for
the river.
Frank?
I work across the river. Can't
Okay,
get-
thanks,
Thank
Frank.
you, thank you.
Thanks, Frank.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so it's off season for the assessor. Margaret's out sick, and Dave is out, and everybody has his report.
Yeah.
We have Andrew's report, not much going on there. We're down to highway. Summertime. Rich, come on.
All right, well, we just finished up a couple roads. We put the top course on, and I'll finish them up tomorrow and Monday. And that was gonna be it for the paving until I get my tip money.
Do you know do you know what you're getting at or not?
Depends on what they decide.
I know Sean's been complaining about Upper North Road there.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you said, you done, I thought you were gonna go up north.
Huh?
I thought you were gonna go
He wasn't complaining, he just happens to drive it
They
every day.
only did half
You
of
see
the
the-
up north, they're
If
doing
you
the
see
half that.
prices of what it costs this year, so
It's gonna do the-
Just wondering.
it's gonna do the half that's not part of your building.
you're on the list, so I had to
All right, you're on the
cancel.
list now, anyway.
I canceled 4 roads this year due to the pricing. Salt shed's coming good. Want to get the inside sprayed and hit some blacktop in there and get some electric done. I'm gonna put the electric back out to bid.
Okay.
All right, this way maybe we can get it down a little bit. You're gonna give me that number for the Mr. Flynn or Finney?
Yes.
All right, then this way, I can give him a call. And besides that, we're just out mowing, patching, and doing that kind of stuff, so that's about it.
Guys stripe the town?
Yeah, they
Right.
did the crosswalks, so freshen them up a little bit. I don't wanna get too crazy with them, cause when's the sidewalks coming next year?
Next year.
Next year, but
We would do some repaving and once you get the sidewalks in.
We're actually gonna get an update on our 9/7 workshop from Barton LaJudas on the streetscape project.
Cool.
Okay, we met with
And
him
I'm gonna
today.
apologize to you cause I forgot all about it today.
That's okay, we're done, we're good.
The heat got to you, huh?
Huh?
The heat got to you. The shed looks great, salt shed.
Yeah, it looks all right. Well, that's it.
Okay, any other questions for Rich? Okay, thanks, Rich.
All right. Oh, John, what I was mentioning to you before, dedication to the clubs. When Frankie was up,
Oh,
right?
yes. You're right. Totally agree.
Okay, we have Joan's report, we can all read through it. She's normally active every month with this stuff, so, some neat stuff she pops in with once in a while. And then the chief is out today also, you could tell it's summertime. You see his number of calls, and we did have a fatal drug overdose in town, as he shows on his, record here.
I actually heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Wendy, anything? New town clerk?
July was pretty quiet. My girls got to take some time off, which is good because we don't stop once taxes come out. No, nothing new. That's it.
Okay, nothing new from me. We have, and then you have Adams. Adams not here. You have he's been busy also, as you could read here. 90% out of the river, the other 10% from the wells. So he did get his new employee down to wastewater plant. Okay, we move on to old business. Tilson Talk update. I meet with them every other Wednesday. We met this morning. They're done with their test pits. They actually made 40 of them. Started out with 26. They've ID'd all the conflicts, and now they're basically working with Central Hudson to move a couple gas lines. Once they move that, they can lift the sidewalks up and start with some of the retaining walls. So they're probably, I'll say, a good 2 weeks off before you really see a lot of activity there. But that's what they've been going through. There's still some long lead items that they've been working. And then they're waiting for the final state approvals on the ad alternate so we can put the change order in for that. It's been approved through Ulster County Transportation Council. So I don't know if anybody has questions on that. If we move on, we did submit 2 grants last week, 2 CFA grants. One was the Smart Growth Grant that, if you remember, back in February, we had hired Barton LaJudas to do the comp plan grants, and we got the one from the Hudson Valley Greenway for $10,000, and then this is the Smart Growth Grant, which is an $80,000 grant, which we'll hear about in November if we get it, and then we could. So we'll start the visioning for the comp plan work from the Greenway grant, and then with the hopes that we get this one so we can continue on with the comp plan work. So that's where we're at with that. And then there was one, I think I forwarded you all the David Jenkins report. I'm pretty sure I did. That has all the grant activity he's working on. We also submitted one. He submitted one for us for the digester process down at the wastewater plant. I can't think of it. Digester methane project down at the wastewater plant, and that'll be about. That project's about $190,000. And what I'm finding with these grants, the more stuff you have shovel ready, the more chance you got of getting a grant. Okay, so, when we see something that we really think is gonna benefit us in the future, if we can do enough of the upfront kind of engineering on it, then when the grants become available, it's easier to get them moving forward. So, just a learning process for me. So that was a couple things I wanted to make sure I updated everybody here on. I had nothing on the new business. Privilege of the floor. Peter.
Just have a quick comment. I don't know if you noticed the sign, the town sign on Haviland Road is down, or it's kind of leaned up.
I have not
don't know
noticed
if
it,
it
yeah.
fell or anybody's working on it.
I did not notice it, no. Who normally takes care of that? Richard, you normally do that, or town signs?
Is it Frank, or is it?
No.
It's the town of Lloyd sign.
Welcome to Town Lloyd sign?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Haviland
Road.
Road.
The one out by 9W?
Yes. On my way up.
Well,
there,
I didn't even
saw it.
notice it, because I go by there all the time.
Well, it must have been today,
Okay.
because I go through there a lot.
Okay.
And I came up this afternoon, it was kind of propped against one post.
All right, so we should get that fixed. All right, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on to motions and resolutions, not revolutions, motions and resolutions. Resolution to install children at play signs on the end of North Charter Key Lake Road per the request of Richard Klotz, Highway Superintendent.
Motion.
Motion.
Okay, Mazzetti, Akmoody, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion to approve Town Lloyd field permit for High Roller Productions for, to film a TV series Poker Face at 5 Felson Lane, which is a private residence. Need a motion?
Motion.
Guerrero? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Okay, resolution, whereas the town requested proposals to rebuild the front entry of Town Hall and received 2 written proposals one for 10,400 and one for 5,700. The town awards a project to European Craftsman for remolding for $5,700. Can I get a motion?
Motion,
Is that a second?
Second.
discussion.
Go ahead.
So, the, you know, 5,710.4 is a big
Big difference.
difference. So is the 5,700, is that a correct amount that they're gonna be able to do the materials and rebuild it?
Yeah, we don't know why the other one came in so high. Anthony and I had a discussion about that the other day. Anthony said if he were a contractor and bid it, it'd be around $6,000, so.
Okay.
He was kind of surprised at 10,000.
Yeah, because this is big, I just wanna make sure that,
And the guy, the European Craftsman, from what we've seen of his work from the inspections we do,
Quality.
look very quality. Yeah.
perfect.
Okay, any other discussion? We get a vote on it?
Sure.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carried. Okay, D, resolution, whereas the town budgeted $9,000 for UHY to perform Justice Court audit and Lloyd Development Court audit, and whereas Kendra Menard, bookkeeper, prepared and submitted the Justice Court audit and the Lloyd Development Court audit, saving the town $9,000. Now therefore, the town authorizes Kendra Menard, bookkeeper, to perform the Justice Court audit and the Lloyd Development Court audit at an annual salary of $2,000 per year at the recommendation of town board, retroactive and effective immediately. Of course, supported by budget because we saved $7,000 out of it.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Discussion.
Oh, discussion, go ahead.
I'm sorry. So, and I'm all about being fair, and I think we pay the building inspector $5,000 to prepare that report for us.
Yeah, I think it's 4,500.
4,500.
And this is a $9,000 savings, so I would like to recommend to the board, we make it 4,500, the same if he's getting 45 for his report, make it 45, we save 9. I think that would be
I
fair.
don't know how much the SWIP cost us.
Right.
It might be, I'm not sure what it cost. I'm not sure if it was if that 45 was a percentage of that, Joe, or,
I think it was just a stipend, and I think.
yeah, that's
that-
what this is, too.
It's a stipend, there's a lot of work that goes into this, if we save $9,000, I know Kendra works hard, I would like to see it 45, if the rest of the board does not feel that way, then I would, I guess that's what it is, but I'd like to see it 45 instead of 2, I think that's low for the amount of work she does.
Well, what's the rest of the board think about it? We kind of thought it was fair first time going into it, and we could look at it again at the budget, because I'm not sure what it would cost next year and how many audits we'll have to do. So, you know, the other thing we do have to look at is, we use UHY for a lot of stuff, and I'm not sure if they're overcharging us, or if, because it seems like we still do a lot of work, even for the other audits they do. So
Right.
we're probably gonna go out and rebid all this audit work anyway, and these two we know she can do now.
Right, and I'm just letting you know that my hours when I come in and sign things,
I just have a question of,
Okay.
at an annual salary. So is this adding to her base salary?
No, it's a stipend.
it's a stipend, if she doesn't do it, she
Okay,
doesn't get
So
it.
it's not,
She doesn't do it, she doesn't get it, right?
Right, if we decide we don't want her to do it anymore, she
Right.
wouldn't get it. It's just, and I'm gonna let you know, I come in on Saturdays, I see her here. I come at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, I see her here.
But that's
Yeah, I'm
different
not-
from this
I'm not
specific
questioning that, I'm
task.
just-
It's
so
still
her base
extra.
salary is not increased by this amount? It's if she
No.
performs this, that's the
That's
stipend?
how stipend work, right? Right. And as I said, we thought this was a fair amount for the stipend. I mean, anybody else have a opinion on it?
I guess it stays at 2,000.
I would say let's go with this, and then we'll look at it at budget
The
time.
only reason I'm saying it is, at budget time, we could review it. I'm just saying, we budgeted for 9,000. We saved,
Yeah, we're saving $7,000, yeah.
I mean, I just think it's a little low, that's all.
Oh,
We
I
could do-
understand,
I know, I get it.
understand. What do you guys think? Where you at, you,
Listen, this
I
is
mean-
what it was on there, that's,
okay.
you know, like you said, we'll look at it again later.
Yeah, we can look at it again, budget time, and then when we do the reorg next year, where it should be. Right, that's kind of where that's kind of why we came up with this initially. So,
Roll call.
yeah,
Reno,
Yes.
Plavcheck,
yes.
Akmoody,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Mazzetti.
Yes.
Motion carried. Okay, Resolution E, whereas the town solicited proposals to select a qualified electrician to splice existing underground power lines, install and connect 37 light heads on new poles at Argent Drive, Sterling Place, and Gregory Court, and whereas 2 proposals were received, now therefore it be resolved, the town awards the project to Bigger Red Electric LLC in the amount of $11,100.
Motion. Second. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Discussion. I just want to say, I'm really excited about this, and I really want to commend the board, because I know that we all worked really hard to make sure that local people bid it, and that's important. And I'm glad to see that
Yep.
somebody did win the bid, but I want to commend the board for making sure that it
Thank you.
did a lot of votes. Thanks.
Okay, the next one, I'm not going to read the
We have to
entire.
vote,
need
we
a
have to
vote.
vote on it.
I'm
Dave.
sorry, we didn't vote on it, did we? I'm sorry. All right, so.
Poor guy's not going to get paid.
Who gave me the motion again? I got Guerrero and Ferrero, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carried. Okay, Resolution F, this is the state supplement for, to make sure we get our state funds back. So remember, this project's 80% federal, 20% local, 15 of that is from the state. So this is the resolution authorizing the implementation and funding of the federal aid and state Marchicelli program eligible cost of the Transportation Federal Aid Project for Tilson and Talk. And I'm not gonna read all the detail in here. It's on here. The resolution was adopted October 12, 2011, approved and agreed by the project and making a commitment of 100% of the non-federal share, whereas subsequently, it was found necessary to undertake additional preliminary engineering work, which has been found necessary to increase the federal and non-federal share of the cost, and the town has advanced a project for it.
Motion. Oh, I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna go to the bottom of it, and therefore be it resolved that the town supervisor, Commissioner of Public Works, town engineer, and town controller, if necessary, are hereby authorized to execute any necessary agreements, certifications on behalf of the municipality sponsor with New York State Department of Transportation in connection with the advancement or approval of the project identified in the state local agreement. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Mazzetti, second. Moody, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carried. Anything else from the board?
Motion to adjourn?
No, we have to go
Gonna go
executive
into
session.
executive session. Get a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're gonna go into executive session to discuss PBA contract. Thank you.